Narmada Punyatirtham Nadirashtrasya Mahaamritam Bharatam.
Sadhguru Namaskaram. It's a great pleasure to have you join us here in Mumbai as the Rally of River crosses the city and the state. 7,000 kilometers and 16 states. And
I don't think we'll close it in 7,000 because we've done only 6 states. This is the 7th one.
Okay.
And we've already reached 4,700 kilometers. So it looks like it may go somewhere around close to 9,000. That's what it looks like.
You know, but water disputes within countries, within states, as we've seen in India, the water conservation, the water management really has been an issue for many, many years now. Would you say it's only depleting, it's only going worse, and that's the reason you've started to have this campaign?
See, in the last 25 years, there's been a steady depletion. But for some reason, in the last 7 years, I've noticed the depletion is very steep. At this rate, if we go, in 15 years' time, over 70% of our rivers will be seasonal. The perennial rivers are all becoming seasonal. Already Kaveri is seasonal, Krishna is seasonal, Narmada is seasonal. Like this, major rivers have turned into seasonal rivers. This is a huge loss of life in terms of the species that the river nurtures. Nobody knows how many of them have vanished. Some scientists estimate anywhere between 15 to 20% of the species may be lost for good in the last 25 years. There is no study to indicate exactly what has happened. So if the other species start dying, worms, insects, fish, birds, if they start dying, we must know next in line is you and me.
Well, yes. So, you know, we already face, I mean, I was reading your blogs and we already do face water cuts. I mean, metros like Delhi, Bombay have water timings fixed, the high rises. It's a common sight to see water tankers standing out. It's become about paying water for whatever we require. And the rural India, of course, is in a much deeper mess.
If you go into small towns and villages, the water queues run for kilometers. 1 or 2 people in the family spend their entire day procuring the water needed for their family. This is becoming the norm in most places. Even in Mumbai, the water that you need and what you have is just about 60%, 40% is not there. That means people are rationing water for themselves and not living a full life, essentially. So this is going to be a serious issue in the coming years, because from 1947 to now, the per capita water that was available per person in this country, it's come down to 20% now. They're saying by 2025, we'll have only 7% of that.
So, you know, Availa, and of course I understand that these numbers are really depressing, but apart from it, it's expected to be a policy matter that government should perhaps be doing something about it, would you also say it's an individual responsibility as much? Because while we need a campaign for Rally for Rivers, we pretty much have done campaigns for so many things, starting from cleanliness to Atithi Devo Bhava to against corruption, so many things.
See, those are all awareness rallies or awareness campaigns to bring about public participation. This is a rally which is driving towards a public policy, a policy change in how we deal with our rivers. Essentially, a river is a national treasure and it must be treated as such. So for this we need a policy as to how to revitalize the rivers. This revitalization is something we have not addressed. We are only talking about how to share the waters which exist in the rivers. We are not talking about how to increase the flow.
Conservation.
My commitment is, 50 years ago, how I experienced rivers in this country, which were flowing full for those times. I don't know how it was 100 years ago. 50 years ago, how it was, I'm very sure if we have a national policy and if all of us are committed, particularly the governments are committed to make this happen, in the next 25 years, once again we can get it back to the same place. It is possible to do this.
You know, while of course the situation that we are looking at right now, staring us in the eye, would you say is also because of course, deforestation, as you said, migration, growth? Would you say what we are facing in sense of natural resources right now is a side effect of growth that India has seen in many years?
When you say growth, are you talking about business growth or population growth?
Both. We've seen it expand both ways.
So the pressure of population on the available land is a very unique problem to India. No other nation faces this kind of
Boon
problem.
and bane. I mean, I'm assuming it's got both.
It would be a boon if we have full-fledged human beings, well-educated, well-skilled and focused, it would be. But right now, nearly 40 to 50% of the population, their skeletal system has not grown to full size. If your body does not grow to full size, even your brain did not grow to full size. So we are busy producing underdeveloped humanity. And we are talking about demographic dividend. No. Demographic dividend comes into place only when we produce very healthy, skilled, capable population. Unfortunately, that's not happening. And our soil is depleting in a very serious way. When I say our soil is depleting, United Nations sets the standard that if you have to call soil as soil, it must have minimum of 2% organic content. But in states like Haryana, Punjab, Marathwada, southern Tamil Nadu, some parts of Andhra Pradesh and Karnataka, the organic content in the soil is 0.05%.
Yeah.
This means these soils are slated to turn into sand in 3 to 5 years' time. Right now, estimates say 25% of India's land will become uncultivable in the next 5 years. 60% of India's land will become uncultivable in the next 40 years. And today you make a survey and see if you want, how many farmers want their children to go into farming?
Oh, migration of course is on that.
It is less than 15%. What this means is, the knowledge of how to make mud into food we acquired over 6 to 10,000 years ago. In all these years, it has come. You cannot grow crops with agricultural graduates. Farmers who have an intrinsic knowledge of this, they do this. But in another 25–30 years, you won't have a population who know how to grow a crop. With 1.3 billion people on your hands, if you lose your ability to grow food, this is going to be a great disaster. Of the many things we have done, I know you're a business channel, we have built businesses, we have built industry, our scientists are going to Mars, but the greatest achievement in this country is, without much infrastructure, with almost no technology, just with traditional wisdom, our farmer has been feeding 1.3 billion people. This is the greatest achievement in the country. But that sector, we have pushed it to the corner and we explain it like this. Every time a farmer commits suicide, I see explanations, this is because the tomato price has dropped, this is because the bank is going after him. No. If both of us go into farming, in a place where soil is not fertile and there's no adequate water, believe me, both of us will commit suicide.
Okay.
It's a heartbreaking job, I'm saying.
It is. You know, I was reading an amazing blog that you wrote especially on this, which says, do we want our farmers and other industries for that matter to be grateful or great? So whether do we want farm loan waivers, or do we want subsidies, or do we want long-term visions or investments, etc.? So what does this sector especially want from here on?
See, one aspect of it we're bringing is, out of the fruit production that happens in this country, 60% goes rotten, okay? Right from the times of Megasthenes, Yuan Sen and even Kautilya in his treatise have noted that Indian population has an unusually high level of fruit consumption. It seems Yuan Sen comments somewhere that Indian people are very intelligent mainly because of their fruit consumption.
Okay.
But today, only 4% of our diet is fruit. That also is in the elite segments. Down below, the poorer segments, even once a month he is not eating one fruit. If he eats any fruit, it's usually a banana and nothing more. So fruit consumption has to go up. In Tamil Nadu, we've offered this, and also in Andhra Pradesh. I am asking, give me 1 acre in every village. We will plant, maintain and grow 5 varieties of fruits, which are essentially only for children below 15 years of age. They can go pluck and eat anytime they want. Just the pleasure of plucking from a tree and eating what they want.
I would love to do that myself.
So we want to do this in all the states if it's possible, because this has to come back. Eating fruit must become a part of our diet Right now, our diet has become like this, even if stomach is full. In South, it is just rice, chili, onion and tamarind. In North, it is just wheat, onion, chili. This is not a diet.
It is, yeah, yeah.